Hello everyone, I'm Cheesy87 and this is Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Part 20. In the previous video we kicked off Chapter 5, our final trial. Before we move on to the next game, we got introduced to our client, which is Emma Skye. Yes, that's her name. Well, technically our client is her sister, Lena Skye, but she doesn't really want us to represent her, kind of. I don't know. We're trying to figure out if she murdered someone or not, and we've gone to the police department to get some evidence. Ooh, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? I don't know. Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on. What's that? It's the blue bomber? Oh, it's animated, dude. Look at that. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Dude, that's a $2 word right there. Oh, wait. I know. This is the blue badger. Yes, completely legally distinct entity. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. There's that line, dude. It's like legally obligated to be in any Japanese media. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? Well, well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Ever seen an attorney's badge? Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Shows me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? I mean, we could try it. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Oh man, he's a good man, that Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds like my favorite character from my favorite TV show. That's not been invented yet though. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman? He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? No. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little bit more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it! That's the King of the Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. Now, for some reason, they spelled diligence dumbass, and I just don't understand that. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? It is kind of weird that the prosecutor would be a shield. You'd think it would be like a sword or something, right? I mean, I guess you could say they're shielding justice by getting criminals in prison. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. I think that's it. So let's get to talking. What's up, buddy? I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. People make false confessions all the time. He says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. Killed him in the office, eh? I mean, why isn't that a crime scene? Or I guess maybe she ambushed him as he was going to the office or as he was leaving? What if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically? Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, I want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Or else your death will be faked when we push you out of a building. It's just, it's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing, really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Wait, what? Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? Well, what do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Well, you haven't had one do it this time either, dummy. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. Lowest ranking guys in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? It is a little odd. Reeks of a cover-up. So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Nope, badger dance is my life now. Chief of Police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene? It's unheard of, pal! So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself, Detective Bruce Goodman. Man, that man was good. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? That is kind of odd. You would think that if the police were there first, they would have found it. Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. It's just like in Watergate, you know? Deep throat and all that. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. That was a long time ago. Many eons ago. When your ancestors battled in that court. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him, and isn't the whole department corrupt? Anyway, so why would they care? Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I mean, like, the real reason you would suspect Edgeworth, I think, would be the fact that his mentor murdered someone? That seems to, and covered it up, that seems to be a big red flag. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Who watches the Watchmen and all that? Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet for one. For this one, he's doing this for all of us. What's going on? I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. I think it's the stuff of nightmares. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? Chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it can just dances until the batteries die. Or Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Okay, apparently that's important. That's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know? Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who was, what's his name? You know, the guy in the parking lot. That'll be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? Oh, Jake Marshall's just a regular old officer. He's just kind of an idiot like me. From West LA. Kind of like West Philadelphia, born and raised, but this is West LA. It's legally distinct entity. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. I think. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. We're not very competent here at the police department. I was wondering about... Okay, I just thought I showed that it didn't have a check mark, so I thought maybe it'd be different dialogue. Look at that patrolman saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. You make a good pair. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, they're forging evidence, getting some innocent guy convicted for the rest of his life. Wow, magical. Behind those doors, the police drama in action. Somehow, the thought fails to excite me. As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about, but you said you made it. Shut up. Now, I wouldn't want you to do that either. Good. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sets. Sun sleeps, whatever, same difference. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. I mean, he does kind of have a banging theme, I can't lie. There's something I wanted to ask you. Scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I'll watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh justice. What are you talking about? He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. Scene of the crime, a cold grave from... Okay, fine, I'll show you the frickin' thingy. Officer Marshall, could you take a look at this? Whoa, partner! You're fixing to draw on me. You must be ready for a shootout. You ready to become food for the vultures, compadre? Are you ready, Mr. Wright? Somehow, I don't think he's gonna help us. Would you mind reading this for me? Hell, partner, I can't read. I'm born in the Wild Wild West. What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog? What is a cow dog? He's holding a birthday party or something. Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall? That's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Finds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, I guess I'm gonna have to kill you now. Clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like a settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Investigate what the fuck a hootenanny is. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I know what a hootenanny is, but she doesn't know what a hootenanny is. I say I won't be needing this anymore. Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on somebody. That's what we do in Texas. I thought you were from West LA. Shut up, they're both basically the same state. Right? Everything west of the Mississippi, just one big old state. I mean to never visit Texas. You know, it's a good idea. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young, remember that, partner? Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr with 2 R's. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Oh, he's got bars, dude. Oh, wait, what'd that say? Died within an hour of half of 5. Okay, I guess it was. Whoa, wait. That doesn't make any sense. Between 4 and 5:30. I mean, that's like a big gap. And because didn't they say he was murdered at 5:15? Or did they find the body at 5:15? Maybe they said they found the body at 5:15. But I mean, that just seems like a big old gap there. I think I didn't read that line, but he said something about her sister. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman have nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but, take medication? Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Yeah, they do a lot of things in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, are you in charge, or why are you in charge? No reason, we're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. Yeah, what are you talking about? He's dancing, dude. That's very important. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? Never heard of him. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe? Kicked out of the investigation? I can't believe it. He's always been so confident and helpful. Okay, what about this? 5:12 p.m. Prosecutor's bright red steed came in on a slow, real trot. Right, a trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prosecutor was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for a prince to ride out in on his bright red horse. What you mean is, killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along? Ah, toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knife, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Does it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over again. Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it, they gotten cheaper with each passing year, I tell you. Then stabbed him. Alright, compadre, count to 3. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole. If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene, a tiny little town, tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, Officer Marshall is a fucking idiot. If you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with pros. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Okay, yep. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Now, the autopsy report having such a big gap is suspicious. Like, if they're saying it happened at 5:15, why do they think it could have happened as, I mean, because this actually just says died within an hour. Oh, yeah, died within an hour. I thought it said half an hour. And I was like, they're saying it's from even earlier than that. So, I mean, like, it having such a big gap compared to every other case, which has, like, very specific, like, they died at, you know, 5:17 and 12 seconds. I feel like that's probably something. Just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Why he's paying our rent. This is like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. Can't think of anyone else it could belong to. I mean, the strap kind of looks like it belongs to our gunslinger. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out. Right. Let's check it out. Okay. Man, what a boring strap. You're boring. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know? Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know? I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Emphasis on kids. Haha, got her. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Yeah, I've heard of that. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Is he dialing Mega Man? Hey, that song, I know that! Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, it's him. Ah, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed the redial on that there phone now, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? It belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. Oh, you made fun of your sister's strap. Now she's gonna haunt you from the grave after we lose her trial. What? It's my sister's? You apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did you call? No idea. Definitely wasn't the Ghostbusters, though, pal. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that, I'm sorry. That was my phone. What? Oh, that is. Okay. I thought it was his phone, but it's... She was trying to call Phoenix. That's interesting. Especially considering the whole... like not wanting him as her attorney, but apparently she initially wanted him. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as he picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Unless you're the police, then you can kind of get away with it. Uh-oh, I'm inside of the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. So, if she made the call at 5:18 and she said she dropped it when she was arrested, that would mean she was arrested immediately after this supposed murder happened, which sounds like a setup, right? The fact that they were there as, like, the police were ready as soon as it happened? That's, it could just be convenient game timing, or it's a hint. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but, there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Edgeworth has a 0-win record against us? Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Something's up, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? Why are you talking like me, Phoenix? It just happens, dude. He was an unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win, but now he's lost like 3 times in a row. Frickin' loser. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. Anybody gonna tell her, or... If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lena Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some load them with deals. Wait, you're saying Edgeworth is making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. That's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Now what, Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? They targeted him because he was closest to Edgeworth? Anything else to investigate over here? This rope, is it? Well, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So, wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him? You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion, which means it's probably right. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car in here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. We just gotta frame Edgeworth for another murder and then get him off so he can keep paying our rent. B block is through there. That's where the visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. That's disturbing. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. And the cow probably didn't suffer much. I guess we can go talk to Edgeworth? Not? Guess we could work this. Let's look at his internet search history. Yeah, it's quite tidy as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's a freaking desk, lady. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. I prefer not to have to look at myself while I work. Okay, I guess we could maybe go talk to Lena. Or we could not do that. I don't know what I'm doing. As a detective, gotta keep my dang old mouth shut. As a detective, gotta keep my dang old mouth shut. Eh? Alright, I gotta count to 3 because we shoot you over here in Texas. My sister's cell phone. Last time it was used 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night? Why did Lana make that call? Yeah, but like, what am I doing? Open up again. It is calling us, right? That's what's happening? There's no need to push it again? You know, like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Can't think of where to go next. You look at the autopsy report? Yeah, we can't like move it around. Yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Where's number 2? I mean, I see evidence tag 1 and 3, but I don't see number 2. Already looked at all this stuff. Phone? Phone? So the phone didn't work, which would mean why she had to maybe use her cell phone. I feel like that's maybe important, but I got no clue where I'm going. We already showed that to you. Did we show him our attorney's badge? I see your badge. Looks pretty, round. Our badge is a star. A lone star shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of the night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. Dang. You ever seen a knife? Alright, compadre, count to 3. Seriously, where do I go? Sir. Guard, he's frozen in fear, the frigid Lana. I'm feeling a bit chilly myself. Wait, where's she at? Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things. What is this, a behavioral study of lawyers? Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that, Here, see that, Come on, give me a hint. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Yep, never seen a real one before. It's $50. Sold. Is there there's not a new talk. Presented everything. Something to examine that I missed? Usual wanted posters. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who liked the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. Yeah, that's a point. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and the criminals and the murder and executions and the faked evidence, and I don't know if it's all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those 2 officers over there. They're probably talking about their latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Did he steal the car? Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? Well, I mean, it actually depends. In some places they're painted differently depending on the jurisdiction of the city. No idea why. Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind asking me how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been to the zoo, see? What about zebras, or do they not have those at your zoo? Then I just started thinking about how much I look like a panda, and I said panda over and over again, and before I knew it, I had a hit rap record. And she was like, what do I do, dude? I'm so lost. We've looked at the water, we've looked at this. There must just be like one little thing that we can click on that I'm not seeing. Ah, there we go. See, I didn't realize that was a separate clicky from the car or the thingy. What's this? It looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. Right, let's see. 6-7S-12-2. The name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed? Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How is this to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Okay, we're gonna have to confiscate that freaking pad. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Hey, can we go ask him? So, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? Guess I've got some clues. Got an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Hell no! Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lena is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yeah? I know that song your phone plays when it rings? What? Oh, that was her phone, not ours. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, the Steel Samurai theme song, legally distinct from Mega Man 2. That popular TV show for kids? That phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours! At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what she talked to you about? She hung up right away. I see. Okay. Detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. So it's trial time, baby? Absolutely. I will save my game. And we'll keep going for a little bit here. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? You're guilty. The end. GG. Game over. Roll credits again. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yeah? A defense attorney should never believe their client. What? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you know, not believing in your client's innocence is like grounds for getting your attorney, like, dismissed? You remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. Phoenix, you okay? You're just stating the obvious. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. First trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. You got me, dude. So I'll have to discover the truth all by myself. Alright, we're fucked. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Oh, we're here to get another ass-kicking edgy boy. Once again, the only judge in the entire city is back. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lena Sky. The defense is more ready than you could ever imagine, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Shut up. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope the personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna personally kick your ass, buddy boy. I will treat the path that I think is right regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Hello, I'm the judge. What about me? I actually make the judgment? Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lena Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. It was a witness to her crime. Professional witness. What do you mean professional witness? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr with 2 R's, to the stand. Cough up Queen. Maybe she coughs up evidence? Like, is she paid to be a witness in cases or something? Haven't I seen you somewhere? On the internet? Or... you ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho-ho, caviar! It is okay, it's not caviar. I thought that was the joke. I've been making jokes about anchovies. Dude, if it had been anchovies, that would have been so good. Ah, man, it's close enough, though. It's still fish. Now, if he just spreads that on his pizza that he's got in the back. Caviar? I've never eaten caviar before. I'm more of an anchovies man myself. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves my caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What does that even mean? What does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr, and don't go forgetting it. I find myself running lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, usually, the police provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Till 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Oh, interesting. That definitely feels more and more like a setup then. Angel Starr was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up Queen. Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with your description, Miss Starr. It's a good thing my under half is blocked by this thick desk here. Or just who is this lady? I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for the losers. I mean the visitors and clients, aka losers. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, and the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. I mean, it's not very much blood for a stab wound that was fatal. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And, who was this valiant witness? Me, Your Honor? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record? Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Oh, so that's maybe supposed to be why it happened so quickly? Still kind of feels like a setup, though. Does seem rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Right hand, okay. She thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. But only a little bit, because, you know, only a tiny bit has blood on it. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching. What's his name? Where does he live? Can I kill him? As you see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking, you know. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alrighty. How did you know a day like this was gonna come? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. So maybe she's just like mad that she got kicked out or something? I don't know. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off with those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Okay. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several. That means there's a chance for me then. Yes, this boyfriend and that boyfriend and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. This court is adjourned. I'll stick with lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. I want to be in the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I'm parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Oh, how did she arrest her? If there's a fence in the way. Maybe? I mean, that seems to be kind of a contradiction. But let's just keep pressing. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? That's preposterous. Supernatural elements have never helped solve a crime before. It felt like, how would you say, oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. What does that even mean? I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Young cheese? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with the experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Fucking got him, dude. In any case, there is a lot. There in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean Edgeworth's. I'll let the court know that Edgeworth's car is the garish car. Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also in Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. Rebel. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Yeah, I'm good at that. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. You are a biased witness. You don't want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie? Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me? I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. Also, kind of kinky. I believe I've heard the tagline elsewhere. Could you, cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? Interesting. I mean, that doesn't look like the face of someone who just stabbed someone. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged to the camera. Wait, what? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of the criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. What was the defendant doing at the time? And also, why is this, the friggin' black and white photo? What year is it? Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand, and she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Oh yeah, we should press this. Tell me more about the knife that the suspect was carrying. Also, right hand. Oh yeah, I guess that would have been her right side, I think, in the picture. I'd say the blade is about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. That's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? You say it was the pointy tip, eh? Tell the court, why didn't you stop this crime? You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Like a knife point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late. Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. Yeah, it looks like that'd be her right arm, or right... And she does have that jacket on in this picture. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it! Said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, we're fucked. Her testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. Well, what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Yeah, I mean, you probably guys probably weren't going to pay me anyway, so... Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! Okay, so... Our new piece of evidence is the photo. Is there anything we see in here contradictory? Not really. I mean, there's obvious questions about, like, you know, why is she so calm after having stabbed him? How did she, you know, take this photo and, like, arrest her that quickly? But her statement doesn't actually mention the line about her arresting that she said earlier. I don't know, nothing really stands out. The wire fence. Let's do this again. Gosh, car, Edgeworth's car. It was. An odd case this is. From no further than 30 feet away. Certain it was her. Okay, the knife. Knife was 4 inches long. Her right hand. I mean, doesn't it? It does say there was no prints, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? 'Cause, I mean, doesn't she have gloves on? Yeah, she's got gloves on, so that's not really a contradiction or anything. I mean, it's got to be something with the photograph, but I don't see what. I mean, you can see that. I mean, it is. I mean, you can see the fence, so it would have been she's on the other side. That's nothing. It's actually a pretty difficult one. Okay. Thrust it into his chest. Tell the court why he didn't try to stop this crime. By the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. So, I mean, you had time to take the picture, but not enough to... That's the only thing I can think of, is that she had time to take the... I'm gonna try that. It's, I don't know. I mean, it's gotta be something to do with the picture. We'll try it. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear to my finest salmon swirl lunch. I mean, it kind of seems like we're maybe right. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment the crime scene is ready. And oh, also, Emma, you're new to this. There's this boombox under the desk. You need to get it ready, okay? Just hit the play button when I say the dramatic phrase. That's all you're here for. Then, oh, there you go. Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I just kind of like assumed she had, you know, put it in the trunk or something. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Damn, he fucking got us there. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing. Well, yeah. And how can you tell that? Well, I mean, Phoenix, buddy. I'm starting to think we should get penalized for this, because Phoenix actually has no clue. Blood splatter. Huh? The dark... I mean, yeah, Phoenix. I feel like my line of thinking made more sense than what they're actually going with. Which is that, you know, you had enough time to take a picture in, like, this very, like, this is like a 3-minute window, right? From when it happened to when she's arrested, and, like, you couldn't stop it, but you had time to take a picture. But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. I did also think that maybe they were going to go for that it's not actually blood, but, like, you obviously would assume it's blood. It could be, like, tomato juice or something. Or coffee. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Yeah, that's kind of our MO at the Phoenix Wright Law Corp. You got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony, does it? Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Come on, do it. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. Killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know that? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Are those gloves? This is a pretty good place to stop. We'll find out if those are indeed gloves on her hand next time. Spoiler alert. Almost certainly they're gloves. Yeah, we will see how things are gonna play out next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.